I was already pulling over when I realized something was wrong. The mile marker hadn't changed in over an hour, and the headlights behind me, they turned off the exact moment I stopped breathing. My name is Ethan R. I've been driving a semi for almost 12 years. Reefer loads mostly. Frozen food, long nights, empty roads. This happened in October of 2022 on a stretch of Highway 50 in western Nevada. The part truckers joke about calling the loneliest road. I'd driven it before, plenty of times. Nothing ever happened until that night. I left Ely just after sunset, grabbed a 7-Eleven coffee that tasted burned and a beef jerky I didn't need, the usual. The radio barely worked out there, just static and the low hum of the engine. Everything felt normal. The first weird thing happened around 9:40 p.m. I passed the same reflective sign twice, mile 118. I checked my GPS, still moving, speed steady, fuel normal. I told myself I'd zoned out. It happens. About 20 minutes later, I noticed headlights behind me, far back. Just one vehicle, no big deal. But they didn't pass, didn't fall back either. They stayed there, same distance, same position. I slowed down a bit. They slowed too. I sped up. They matched it. I tried the radio, switched channels. For a second, I caught a voice. "You shouldn't stop here." Then static. I laughed, out loud, just nerves. At 10:15 p.m., I passed mile 118 again. Same scratches on the sign, same dented post. That's when my stomach dropped. The headlights behind me were closer now, close enough to light up my mirrors. But I couldn't see the vehicle. No shape, no color, just lights. I called it in on the CB. "Any drivers on 50 eastbound, you seeing this too?" Silence, then one reply. Low, old sounding. "Don't acknowledge them." I asked what he meant. The line went dead. The road stopped making sense. Curves I didn't remember. No exits, no mile markers anymore. Just asphalt and desert and those lights. I noticed something else then. My dash clock wasn't moving. 10:32 p.m. Stayed that way, no matter how far I drove. That's when the lights flashed. Once, twice, then they turned off. Complete darkness behind me. I felt exposed, like prey. I pulled over. I don't know why, I just did. The moment my truck stopped, the headlights came back on. Right behind me, too close, close enough that my cab filled with white light. I locked the doors, didn't move, didn't breathe. Something knocked on the back of the trailer, once, slow, metal on metal, then a voice, muffled, familiar. "Hey driver, you okay in there?" It sounded like me. Same tone, same rhythm. I stayed frozen. The knock came again, then footsteps. Walking along the side of the trailer, dragging, stopping under my door. "Open up," the voice said. "You already stopped." My engine revved on its own. I didn't touch the pedal. The truck lurched forward. The lights vanished instantly, like they were never there. Suddenly, the road was normal again. Mile markers counting up, radio working, clock ticking. I didn't stop driving until sunrise. I reported it. Of course I did. State trooper just nodded, asked where exactly it happened. When I told him, he sighed. Said trucks go missing there sometimes. Not crashes, just gone. No wreckage, no signals, nothing. I don't take Highway 50 anymore. Neither do most drivers I know. And when someone new asks why, we change the subject. My name is Caleb M. I've been hauling freight for 8 years. Dry van, mostly overnight runs. This happened in February of 2023 on State Highway 285, south of Pecos, Texas. If you drive long enough, you learn which roads people stop talking about. This is one of them. I left Carlsbad, New Mexico around 6:30 p.m., picked up fast food, spilled grease on my logbook. Normal night. The desert smelled like dust and oil. Wind pushing the truck just enough to keep you alert. I remember thinking how empty everything felt. No radio stations, no traffic, just black road and reflectors ticking by. The first odd thing was small. My GPS rerouted me without asking. No alert, no warning, just a sudden blue line pushing me off the main highway and onto a thinner road. I shrugged it off. Reception out there was trash anyway. About 15 minutes later, I passed an old way station. Lights were on. That caught my attention. It'd been closed for years. Everyone knew that. Still, the sign flashed, open, pull in. I didn't. I kept driving. A mile down the road, my CB crackled. Eastbound. You missed your stop. I asked who it was. No response. Then I noticed I hadn't seen a mile marker in a while. The road felt longer, straighter. My speed stayed the same, but the scenery didn't change. Same oil pump jack, same crooked fence post. Passed them twice. I checked my mirrors. Headlights behind me. No big deal. Until they disappeared when I slowed and reappeared when I sped up. Always there, always just out of reach. That's when the smell hit me. Burnt rubber. Not from my tires, from outside. I told myself it was the road, heat, stress. That's what truckers do. We explain things away. The second way station appeared out of nowhere. Same building, same lights, same sign. This time, my GPS voice came on. Cold, flat, pull in. I ignored it. My engine started losing power. Slow, gradual, like it was being choked. I had no choice. I pulled into the way station. There were no other trucks, no guards, just one small office building and a man standing near the scale. He was wearing reflective gear, old style, faded, didn't move as I rolled closer, didn't blink. I stopped 10 feet away. He stepped forward, slow, way too slow. Then he smiled. "You're late," he said. His voice sounded tired, like he'd said it 1,000 times. I asked him what this place was. He looked past me, at my trailer. "You brought it back," he said. I told him he had the wrong truck, wrong driver. His smile faded. That's when I noticed something carved into the wall behind him. Truck numbers. Hundreds of them. Scratched deep into the concrete. Some fresh, some old. Mine was there. The man stepped closer. Everyone stops eventually. I slammed the accelerator. The engine screamed. The man didn't move, didn't react. I clipped the scale arm, pulling out. Sparks flew. Then, the road was back. Normal highway, traffic, radio static. I drove straight to Midland. Didn't sleep. Didn't stop. I reported the way station the next morning. State trooper looked confused. Said there hadn't been a way station there since the late 90s. Said the building was torn down. I showed him my dash cam footage. It cut out the moment I turned in. Came back on with me already speeding away. No building. No man. Just empty desert. I don't drive that route anymore. And when dispatch tries to send me through there, I refuse. No explanation. My name is Evan R. I've been driving long haul for about 6 years now. Mostly night runs, reefer trailer, nothing fancy. This happened in October of 2022 on US Route 50 east of Ely, Nevada. Truckers call it the loneliest road. There's a stretch we don't joke about. I left a truck stop outside Ely around 11:40 p.m., grabbed a lukewarm coffee. One of those cardboard cups that smells like bleach. Coffee lid snapping on. Weather was clear, cold, stars everywhere. The road ahead looked endless. Straight lines, no towns for miles. Just me, the engine hum, and the reefer kicking on every few minutes. The first weird thing was the mile markers. I passed mile 112, then 112 again. I slowed down thinking I misread it. 5 minutes later, 112. I laughed, out loud. Told myself I was tired. Then the CB crackled. Breathing, slow, controlled. I asked if anyone was out there. The breathing stopped. Then a voice said, "You missed the turnout." I asked which one. No answer. A few miles ahead, I saw headlights on the shoulder. A car, hazard lights flashing. I don't usually stop, too risky. But I slowed anyway. As I passed, I looked over. No one inside. Driver door open. Engine off. Still flashing. Hazard light click. I checked my mirrors. The car wasn't there anymore. That's when the smell hit me. Rotting meat, not from the trailer. I checked the temp twice. It was coming from outside, through the vents. I cracked the window. It smelled like decay and old metal. I rolled it back up, hands shaking now. 10 minutes later, the road dipped, and there it was again, the dead cow. Same position, same twisted legs, same white eyes staring into the road. I slammed the brakes. Got out of the truck. Cold air hit my face. The cow looked wrong. Too clean, like it had been placed there. That's when I noticed footprints, boot prints, circling my truck. I jumped back inside and locked the doors. My radio turned on by itself, low volume. A man's voice said, "You weren't supposed to stop." I floored it, didn't look back, didn't care about logs, didn't care about fuel. Then the road changed. No reflectors, no lines, just dark asphalt and my headlights cutting a narrow tunnel. The GPS froze, screen flickering. Then it displayed one word: wait. Up ahead, I saw someone standing in the road. A man, reflective vest. No face I could see, just darkness under the hood. He didn't move, didn't wave, didn't step aside. I honked. Nothing. I swerved, and suddenly, he was in front of me again. Closer. I slammed the brakes. The truck skidded. Stopped inches from him. He leaned forward, put his hand on the hood. I heard it through the cab. He said, "You're early." I screamed, hit the gas. The truck lurched forward, and the road was normal again. Lines, reflectors, signs. I was passing mile 113. I drove straight to Delta, Utah. Didn't stop, didn't sleep. Reported everything to dispatch. They told me I never left Route 50. Said my GPS showed no anomalies. I checked my dash cam later. The footage cut out when I stopped for the cow. Came back on with me already driving. No man, no cow, no footprints. I don't drive Route 50 at night anymore. And when other truckers ask why, I tell them it's just boring.